From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, March 28th, 2017. Silver is trading at $18.04 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,254 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.5 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,031. Antiwar.com reports the United Nations has begun talks on negotiating a global nuclear weapons ban, but will be doing so in the face of intense opposition from the United States and several of its main allies, with the Trump administration setting itself up as lead opposition to any nuclear disarmament deal. The UN General Assembly agreed back in December to try to negotiate such a deal, but in the face of opposition from the U.S. along with France, Britain, and Australia, it appears unlikely any deal will be possible. U.S. officials are insisting that whatever sort of deal is reached, the U.S. must retain its old nuclear arsenal. Exactly how much U.S. pressure is behind the rest of the nations boycotting the meeting is unclear, but Australia's statement on the matter, insisting it needs to keep assurances of being under America's nuclear umbrella, suggests the U.S. may be playing hardball with any countries backing disarmament. President Trump has sent mixed signals about his intentions on nuclear weapons, talking up the need for major new expenditures on such weapons, but also at times urging the world to come to its senses about the weapons. The Obama administration was generally pro-disarmament, though they were very publicly opposed to the nuclear-free Middle East program when they realized that Israel was the sole nuclear power in the region.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced Monday at the White House that state and local governments with sanctuary status will lose federal grants from the Department of Justice. Sessions said in the White House press briefing room, such policies cannot continue. They make our nation less safe by putting dangerous criminals back on the streets. Today, I am urging states and local jurisdictions to comply with these federal laws. So-called sanctuary cities refuse to work with immigration and custom enforcement officials in enforcing immigration laws, including allowing ICE to take custody of undocumented immigrants for possible deportation. Under federal law, they are required to notify ICE when an undocumented immigrant is in custody. More than 140 jurisdictions have been designated as sanctuary jurisdictions. Last week at a news conference where he signed an executive order that ordered police who patrol Los Angeles' airport and port to follow the LAPD policies, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti said LAPD has never participated in programs that deputize local law enforcement to act as immigration agents, and on my watch, they never will. Other big cities that refuse to cooperate with the federal government on immigration include New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and Seattle. Maryland is considering legislation to make it a sanctuary state. During the presidential campaign, Donald Trump advocated for a crackdown on so-called sanctuary cities. After taking office, Trump issued an executive order that gave the administration the power to limit grants to sanctuary jurisdictions.
In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores.
Reuters reports the Fearless Girl statue in New York City, whose face-off with Wall Street's Charging Bull won her legions of fans in just 3 weeks, will hold her ground for another 11 months. The 50-inch bronze statue of a defiant girl with fist on hips was installed to mark International Women's Day on March 8th under a lease due to end April 2nd. The two statues stand on a patch of cobblestone in the financial district near Bowling Green. After at least 2 petitions, generous press attention, and interest on social media, the attraction for tourists and locals will keep its place at least through the end of February 2018. It was created by artist Kristen Visbal and commissioned by asset manager State Street Global Advisors as part of a campaign to increase gender diversity in business. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.